MMAOddsBreaker. I'm Frank Trigg, Desmond Green. We were just talking before. Most of you know this. I start talking before we actually get the interview going. And he just told me, which I didn't know this, that you moved up to TriStar for this training camp. Why TriStar?
Yeah, well, so what happened? I was fighting with Bellator, and I was in the finals. Last thing I heard from them, Bjorn, he put me to the side after the fight. He's like, yo, great fight. You're winning that first round, and then you got caught. It happens. We'll have you back. And I was pissed off about the fight. I wanted that back, of course, but I was like, all right, cool, sounds good. I'll be ready to come back whenever. Coker took over, and then like literally like 3 weeks later, I got a release from them.
Oh,
Email, nothing personal, no calls, no nothing. It's understandable. It's business. I don't take it personal. But so I was actually at first I was just like, damn, like I don't know what the fuck am I gonna do now.
yeah.
Like I didn't have a manager. My coach Matt Lee, he was like moving to Hawaii to retire. So I was in the process. He was pointing me to ATT. So I was gonna go check him out. And then Jeff got a hold of me. He's like, listen, I got this promotion, Titan Fighting. I want you to fight for us. And I'm used to being active, and I haven't fought since March, and it's like
Yeah.
almost it's like August by now, and I'm like, yo, listen, I want to fight. You got something lined up for me? I'm down. So me and Jeff got to talking, and I told him I didn't have any management, so he's like, listen, I'm gonna introduce you to Alchemist, and he's like, where are you training at? And I'm like, kind of nowhere. He's like, well, what do you think about TriStar? And I'm like, you mean we're GSP trains? What do you mean when I think about it? I'm like, that'd be great if I could get up there. Like, what are you talking? He's like, I got connections. So he introduced me to come up here, and I've been up here for like about a little over a month, just
Oh.
loving it now.
Did Alpha Male, the team Alpha Male, jump in anywhere into your thought process? Because they've been doing a pretty good job with guys that are 155 pounds and lighter. It's kind of what they do. Did you ever think about going to Alpha Male, or was that never brought up?
No, it was never brought up. I thought about it, but like I didn't have any connections, and I'm not,
Right.
I didn't. It's so hard, especially now. You got to know somebody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Even with me, like being in the Bellator finals, people still, it's hard to go in there kind of with no manager, no, no team, no nothing. So, it's kind of you got to go to where and I had. Jeff told me he had an inside scoop here. And, I was familiar with TriStar. They got a lot of 45 and 55 guys. Like Chad
Yeah.
Laprise, Mike Ricci and whatnot. So I've been getting a lot of work with them. But I thought about it. I was actually, I was wondering. I didn't know where I was gonna go. It was like literally a coin flip to whoever kind of came to me first, and it just so happened that Jeff, got a hold of me and had everything else lined up for it.
Well, let's talk about Miguel Torres. He's your opponent in Titan Fighting Championships 31, coming up here on October 31st in Tampa, Florida. Miguel obviously has been around. He obviously was in the UFC for a while before he got cut. He's been kind of floating around. He's an older fighter. He's 43-7, got a lot of experience compared to your 12-3. How do you break Miguel down? Like, how do you see this fight coming? When you guys get to battle out with each other.
Really, what I think was gonna come down to is who's pushing more, and it's definitely gonna be me. He was once considered the best in the world, but then that was at 135. That was 3 or 4 losses ago. And losses take a lot on you. And, I'm sure he's still great, but even when he was the best in the world, the fighters he was fighting aren't like me. And I say this to everybody, and anybody that's fought me, they'll tell you like I got an awkward style, and especially if I'm big and aggressive. Coming up, I feel it's gonna be a disadvantage, the size difference for me and him. And I'm being up here. Really, the X factor is gonna be my training up here at TriStar. Like literally, I've gotten better day by day. I'm getting good feedback. I'm putting in my work, my training schedule. I'm working out 3 times a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, twice on Tuesday, Thursday, and then once on Saturday. I'm
Wow.
getting privates with Crew Ash, and he's my private stand-up coach. And then John Chainberg's been giving me 3 a days in strength and conditioning. And then I'm working with Faraz every day in the team practices. So like this camp, with my ability prior to this, I was with Bomb Squad working
Yeah.
out with one coach and two guys that two professional fighters that weren't active. So now I'm with a professional team. I'm getting all the training, all the knowledge. It's really, you're gonna see a whole different fighter.
Yeah, and not only that, but you look at the name of the guys. Roy McDonald, GSP obviously was there. GSP's been rumored to be back over there training again, and not to mention those are just the two big name guys that pop off everybody's head immediately. But then you look at everybody else that's come through there, in and out of there. That's all. Everyone that goes up to TriStar seems to get so much better when they get up to the Montreal. You obviously know that you're going to be getting better, but are you comfortable up there, living in the dorms? Being in Montreal, Canada, it's a different country, it's a different city. It's like, are you comfortable up there during this training camp?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually cool. And what actually makes it better is that being here in the dorms. I'm here in the dorms. It's about 7 other fighters that live just in the dorms alone. And then, you got about 6 other fighters that live within 5 minutes of the dorms in their apartments. So, it's just like, it's kind of like, I feel like a gladiator, you know what I mean? I'm living with a bunch of fighters. We all get up and we got to go to practice at the same time. We are kind of like helping each other watch our diets. Like, hey, you going to work out this afternoon? All right, see you there. What are you eating? You know what I mean? It's like everybody, and it's a big family here. As soon as I came in here, everybody welcomed me, you know what I mean? Like, okay, listen, blah, blah, blah. They a couple people knew about me from the tournament, but, it's actually great. I feel comfortable being up here. It kind of reminds me of college again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I can totally see that light. And a lot of guys I talk to, they see the exact same thing. Hey, it's like being back in college again, where you have that kind of the same mentality. Everyone's on the same schedule. Everyone's doing the same thing. It makes it very easy. Are you staying up there all the way through your training camp? Are you going to stay through until the fight?
Yep. I came up here about a month and a half ago, and I've been up here ever since. I went home, and it's about 5 hours from home, so I've been home. I've only been home twice during this whole
Oh,
time.
okay.
So it's like I've been up here just grinding, like just putting in work, and like, man, it's even doing wonders for me mentally, knowing
Good.
now, because I always knew I'm good. I always knew I was gonna be the best. I want to be the best, and I always knew I had to get to a professional gym, and that was gonna come with time. And with me just starting in 2012, like nobody thought, normally in 2 years people don't get to the Bellator finals, and I'm a couple fights away. I feel if I could finish Miguel and get 1 or 2 more wins, and with Alchemist behind me, I could definitely I have somebody a spokesperson for the UFC for me. So just the fact that I'm up here getting this training in, I've worked out with Rory a couple of times,
Yeah.
and it's a confidence booster. I'm working out with Chad Laprise. I'm working out with Rick Hahn was just up here,
Yeah.
getting ready for his fight. You know what I mean? It's just people come up. Zach Makovsky was just up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love it up here.
Who's your direct contact at Alchemist? Which manager do you have?
Scott Cutbirth.
Okay, you got Cutworth. All right,
Scott.
perfect. Good for you. That's really good, man. I love Alchemist as a management group. They're really good. They've always been really good to me. I have a couple friends over there as well. So I'm glad you're with them. It's gonna be good for you, and I'm glad you finally had a real camp. And you and I have always talked about this off air, man. You got to go to a real camp, and now you're there. You're finally up to TriStar, making it happen.
Sure. Yeah. For sure. And I've been telling everybody, people are gonna realize, like, once they see me fighting like Miguel, they're like, oh man, like this is all he needed. TriStar just like brought him to that next level. Because you watch me fight, you're like, that guy has potential. He just needs somebody to show him. Now, like, I have all the tools. I was talking to Faraz. Me and Faraz had a couple serious conversations. I'm like, yo, Faraz, I'm gonna come up here after this fight. I'm coming back up. I'm gonna couple more fights to Titan. I want to get some money. I want to make like a move up here. And go full time, and I feel they got the recipe to get me, make me a world champion.
Well, Desmond, thanks for coming on here, man. That's great. Good luck against Miguel Torres on October 31st, Titan Fighting Championships 31. That's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait to see it. And you and I'll definitely be talking after this next fight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hit me up.
I'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, guy. See ya.